What up guys, ZACHAMANDER here, and welcome back to today's upload. Today, we'll be making a video on the new Young Bucks AEW Unrivaled Tag Team Pack from Amazon. Now yes, as you guys know, I said in my YouTube short, if you guys have not watched it, that I would possibly buy another AEW Unrivaled Tag Team Pack Young Bucks figures. And I would keep one mock in the box and one to open. And that is what we are doing today. Here we have the Young Bucks AEW Unrivaled Tag Team Pack Amazon exclusive. As you see, I written Sharpie all that information over a piece of paper so nobody can steal my information. Now, let's go ahead and unbox this. That was pretty easy opening the box. Now, as you can see here, I have, as what you guys may know, the infamous AEW Unrivaled Tag Team Pack Amazon exclusive Young Bucks right here in my hand, getting ready to unbox them. Now, let's take a look at the box and see what we have here. We take a look at the front, we can see that it says the Tag Team Pack logo up here and the AEW All Elite Wrestling logo. Now, as we can see here, we have Nick and Matt Jackson in their neon gear. And it also says Unrivaled Collection. And it says Nick and Matt Jackson right here. Now, at first looking at the front of the box, the figures look awesome. You have the Nick Jackson with one of his best head sculpts. And in my opinion, this is one of the best AEW Young Buck shirts of all time. I actually own this shirt. The belts, regular old AEW Jazzwares belts. And this is one of my favorite Young Bucks attires of all time. It is so cool with the pink and neon green. Now we go over to Matt Jackson. As you can see, we actually have a new head sculpt for Matt Jackson. It is actually pretty cool. It has the beard, which in my personal opinion, I love Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson with their beards. It makes them look awesome. So it was very sad they could not incorporate that with Nick Jackson, but we'll probably get that in a head sculpt down the line later. And as you can see, same over here with Matt Jackson, has that shirt, belt, and the same color in the tights. Now let's take a look over on the sides. It says All Elite Wrestling here with the same logos as we have right here. You go over to this side, same logos, and it says Tag Team Pack on both sides. We go over to the back, we have an image of what they wore at that AEW Dynamite. And as we can see, it says, watch AEW Dynamite right down here. And basically, it just shows an image of what they wore at the show. It's the exact same attire with the belts and all of that. And it has their cool little signatures right here and right here. And the one thing that's very sad that a lot of people said that they did not incorporate into these figures was they have that Nick Jackson has that arm black thing right there, and Matt Jackson has his hand wrist tape. That's very sad they could not incorporate that, and I don't really think it's that hard to incorporate that into the figures Jazzwares. So that may be a thing that they need to incorporate into their figures later in the future. And we go over here, and well, nothing much else to say, but to finally unbox these figures. Let's get right into that right now. Have my trusty pairs of scissors right here. All you need to do is just be very careful and cut that one tiny piece of tape that's there on the top. And now all you can do is just take out your figures. And if you really want to if you also want to save the box, you can. All you have to do, just put it back, just like that. Boom. You have your saved box if you like to collect boxes. Now let's get into these figures right here. Now here, we can finally take these figures out of their box. They're not very hard to get out of the box, as I've come to notice in these types of figures down here. Alright, we got Matt Jackson out of the box here. And now let's go ahead and get Nick out. All right, there we go. That over there. Now we got the Young Bucks figures currently out of the box. Now, let's go ahead and pause the video right here, and I'm going to go ahead and get the tape off. All right, now getting the tape off, we can finally give these figures a full examination. I think let's take a look at Matt Jackson first. Now, upon full examination, I love this head sculpt that they gave in for Matt Jackson. It looks really cool. That new head sculpt is just perfect. It suits him great. Now, I'm just going to get into it right now. The real reason why I think you guys know that these figures many people do not like is that with these shirts, it gives them these black scuff marks. But I will get into that later. Now, let's take a look at the attire. This side, we have that nice pink with the green, with a neon green Young Bucks on it. And then we also have the pink leg tassels, those nice little tassels that they have on their boots. I don't know what you call those. Leave those in the comments down below. And then we go over to the other side. It has the neon green with the green tassels right there. And then we go over to the hands. The hands look great. They move fine. Articulation-wise, nice. Good rotation for the arm. Good rotation for this arm. Good rotation for there. And good rotation for this arm. The one problem that I have with this is my legs are a little bit loose. So that may be a little bit of a problem. The legs move great. The bend at the knee is great. The other bend at the knee is great. They come with the basic tag titles, which if you have any AEW figure, you should at least have thousands of these. So I really think that those don't matter. Now let's get into the shirt. I love the shirt. I think that they could definitely do a little bit better soon. Because all it is just a sticker. So one day, I do think that they could do better with it, because when you look at it, you can really tell that it's just a sticker. And it honestly looks like that somebody on eBay went ahead and they just made a custom figure shirt. And if you wanted to, you probably could go on eBay and get a better neon Young Buck shirt for these figures, so it does not make that black scuff mark. But anyway, let's take off the shirt and look at the body. Now, they did a really good job with the body. The body mold is great. The only thing that I think that is really missing, which could have been added, is that black wrist tape on his hands, which I don't really think it was that hard to do. The body's great. It's the basic AEW Jazz wears Unrivaled movements. The head movement's great, and I think on other people's Matt and Nick Jackson figures, their head sculpts look a little funky. You take a close look at mine. Mine actually looks great. That head just looks perfect on Matt. And yes, they are able to do their super kick pose if you wanted to. It looks great. Now, let's get into this, which drives down these figures a lot. That black scuff on both. Mine also has a black scuff, and it also has a red mark. Same on this side. It's very bad, and it's very poor. Mine even has it right there, too. I think it has it on everybody's. But that's Matt. And without the black scuff mark, this figure is definitely a solid But with that looseness of the legs, this figure is probably a definite 7 out of 10. But with the black scuff, I would probably have to give it probably a 6.5 out of 10. But without the scuff, this is a very good figure. And I'll get in on how you can fix the scuff mark later in this video. Now moving on to Nick Jackson. Now, this figure's great. I love Nick. Nick Jackson is a great figure. He always has some very good figures. The one thing I do not like about the head is just the ponytail. Every figure that they give a ponytail for AEW, it sucks. Whenever I use it, I can have the figure for about a month. This comes off. So, it's a huge problem that I have with Jazzwares and all of their figures, is that freaking ponytail they always give Nick Jackson. So, hopefully on a later date, they make Nick look like Matt with that beard and fix that. But overall, without the ponytail, the head's great. The head moves from side to side pretty well. The same with the mat. The arm rotation is actually pretty solid on this figure, and the bend at the elbow is pretty good. This rotation here is decent. Same thing here. This arm's very good too. At the elbow, do that rotation of the arm, and same thing with the legs. I think they're definitely looser on Nick, so that'll definitely drive down the points a little bit for this one. Tag title, same, don't really care. The shirt, get into the shirt again. Same shirt, great shirt. And the same attire too. Except it's flip-flopped, which I like, because then that makes both of them different. And instead, the Young Bucks logo is on the green tight, boot tassel, pink side, pink tassel. The bend at the knee is pretty good. The rotation here is solid, same bend at the knee, really good. You can even do the super kick logo, the super kick pose, pretty good still. Sorry, that was in the way right there. Head movement's pretty good. I don't want to move it too much because of the freaking ponytail. Now, if we go ahead and we take off the shirt, let's see the damage that has been done. Now, on my Nick Jackson, that black scuff is not too bad, but it's still noticeable. Now, as you can see, I have one miniature black scuff there. I don't think that's really noticeable. Yeah, there it is right there. I have it up here. And then, you can't even notice this part, but I also have it located right there, too. And there's also one black dot. Oh, wow. And there's even one huge thing right there. Yeah, basically it's the same thing of these figures. The figure itself is great, except if it didn't have the black scuff on the body, then it would have been even better. And if they given this Nick Jackson the black wrist tape and that black arm thing, then it would have been even better. As we can see here, they did not incorporate that for Nick. They did not incorporate the wrist tape for Matt. So, overall, the Nick Jackson is also a solid 7 out of 10 if you're not including the black thing on there. But if you are including it, probably a 6 out of 10. Are these figures worth the pickup? Definitely. Other people say otherwise. That's their opinion. But I honestly really think it's not that big of a deal. If you have other Matt and Nick Jacksons, just head swap. That's all I'm going to really give you for that. I mean, it's nothing. You could even do it on the Series 3 Matt and do it. Just put this head on the other one, on the other body, and then you have the white wrist tape, which is even better. And then you could even do the same thing with the Nick for the Series 3. Put on that body, even better. But in my personal opinion, if I'm going to go over head sculpt wise, this is the best Matt Jackson head sculpt we have ever gotten. My favorite Nick Jackson head sculpt is probably the Series 1, because I just think that Nick Jackson head can go on any Nick Jackson and look good. That's the one reason why I like that. And I just think that this is a terrible Nick Jackson head sculpt. If it would be better if they did not give Nick Jackson the ponytail. They need to do better on their ponytails and make it more secure. Make it like solid plastic on there. Make it not bendy thing. Make it not bendable where it will literally pop off of the head, not even having it for a full month. But I definitely highly agree that if you're going to get these figures, definitely order 2 to keep 1 mock in the box like I did. Oh, and one other thing before I go. The one thing that I'm also very upset they did not include was the shirt tassels too. They have right here and right there. They really should have incorporated that too, because that would have made the figures 100 times better. But definite overall question, are these Matt and Nick Jackson Young Bucks figures worth to pick up? Yes. In my personal opinion, it's more worth it to buy in mock. But if you're like one of those stop motion people or those people that like to do like their own wrestling promotion like me, and you want to use the Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson figures and you like the attire, definitely go for it. You could even get it by without even using a shirt on these figures, because they're still good without the shirt. But if you're going to buy these and open them, definitely head swap. That is my only thing that I have to say. And, well, thank you guys for watching. This video is definitely one that I've been wanting to do for a while, because I really wanted to pick up another one of these. And definitely do expect that Jackass rating video later next week. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next upload. Peace out, everybody.